For more on this, let's bring in Hasan Jabarin in Haifa. He's the director of Adalah, the legal center of Arab minority rights in Israel. Welcome to TRT World, Hasan. Now, the association agreement grants Israel preferential trade access. If Spain's proposal gains traction, how severely would Israel be impacted by the loss of its largest trading partner?
This is serious, the first serious step against Israel, against its relationship with the EU. The relationship with the EU, what's called the association relationship, is very, very crucial for Israel economic and Israel research, Israeli universities. Europe considered the third place for Israeli exports. Israeli universities relying on the cooperation with Europe universities. This association give Israel good prices to manage their exports to Europe. So if this relationship will be damaged, it will damage first of all, it will damage the image of Israel. Like foreign investors won't come here because they perceive it as a risky place. And it will lead to other countries to put the boycott against Israel. But mostly for the economic aspect, it will be it will create serious damage for Israel exports to the EU, because until now, Israel enjoy good amount of taxes that help Israel to have serious exports to Europe and make its exports easy. So now, if this relationship will be damaged, all the Israel exports will be damaged. Israel high-techs will be damaged, because Israel high-tech depends also in good foreign relationship with Europe. The academic aspect of Israel, research aspects of Israel will be damaged, because also it depends on access to European research centers and universities. Also, Israel will have less access to very important European plans, such as the Horizon Europe plan. So in total, it will create serious damage. However, on the other side, it seems that this proposal won't pass, because there are states that consider very friendly with Israel that will be against a total boycott with Israel, total cancellation of the agreement with Israel, such as Germany, UK, and maybe France also. All of those will prohibit to have total decision against Israel. However, on the other side, maybe this move will lead to specific sanctions. For example, sanctions against product that they are produced on the settlements of Israel, sanctions against settlements, sanctions against the militaristic aspect. So maybe it will move to ad hoc sides, rather than the general one against all the agreements with Israel. But in any way, politically, it's bad step for Israel. Politically, it creates a bad image for Israel. It put her as risky place. It put her as state that not follow the international law. And this will will lead to many foreigners that they won't invest here.
And does Israel have the means to hit back if this partnership with the European Union is suspended?
It will hit back only through its friends, like with Germany, that will support. And they have now to negotiate with. They lost Hungary. Hungary all the time voted on the side of Israel. But it depends now if they will have replacement of the regime, whether Hungary will have the ability to replace its representation or not. But in any way, Israel has strong relationship with some of the Arabian states that this is the window where Israel can prohibit that this proposal pass. It's through Germany, UK, France, and other Scandinavian states. This is the only option that Israel. But in any way, the fact that the proposal is proposed by itself, it it start like to show that this is the first step toward other steps against Israel. And first step will be minor and this will be expanded and the fact that this come from Europe, from the place that consider for Israel the safest place politically, it's by itself give bad signal for Israel that other states will come. States from Africa will come, also states that maybe that they already have relationship with them from the Middle East will come, because also the war, not on Gaza only, also with Iran, damage Israel's status in international arena as a state that choose the war as first option, a state that use its violence against international law and against the sovereignty of other states. So all of this together create bad moment, bad political moment for Israel, even if Israel will succeed to prohibit this step. But this step is important because it's already proposed. The proposal of this proposed by itself is important.
And what would this mean for Israel's human rights violations? We know there are several cases against it.
Israel is facing cases before the ICC and before the ICG. Before the ICC, although also like the prosecutor issue arrest warrant against Israeli figures, and one of them Netanyahu himself. Now, those steps encourage the other courts like ICC, ICJ to go forward and give legitimacy. Now, the most important of those steps is how they can create legitimacy against the violation of Israel for human rights. And this legitimacy can empower the international community, will encourage also international courts such as ICJ, ICC, to take serious step against Israel. Before the ICJ, the most important case, the case of the genocide of South Africa, which still depended, and before the ICC, you have cases against Israel regarding the settlement and regarding also the war in 2014 in Gaza. So those aspects together will start to create international pressure against Israel to push Israel to other directions. All of this come in year of election in Israel. Now, sometime those kind of international pressure will be used by Netanyahu that the word against me because I am serving Israel. But I think this time won't help him internally. Internally, I think also will create a bad image against Netanyahu internally, because internally the Israeli people will see that your policy, Netanyahu, lead us to this situation. Your steps lead us to your situation because you didn't calculate rightly your political step, because you choose the war as first option in order to save yourself and for your private reasons. And your individual reasons became more important than the state interest. So also this pressure will has effect internally against Netanyahu, and hopefully that it will change the government in Israel.
Right,
Because this government is the most racist and
we'll
radical
have to leave it
government.
there for now. Hasan Jabarin from the Adalah Center, thank you very much for joining us.